On to race number 2 then, the second on the programme, then at Sha Tin on Saturday. Onto the turf, Class 4 here, 1200 metres, headed by Glenealy Generals. Barrier 5, he rolled forward and made the running last time out. Bright Kid, winner 2 starts back and runner-up to Hinian Swiftness as favourite last time out. All Joyful makes his debut. Splendid King makes his debut, and Winning Genghis also makes his debut. Wood on Fire still winless after 12 starts. Runner-up though 2 starts back, beaten favourite last time out. Farm Bump has been pretty consistent since winning in Class 5 company. And Great Sun has won his last, or has won 2 of his last 3 starts in Class 5. Back up in grade, he hasn't been successful in the past. Splendid King, one of the 3 debutants, Mark, has been up at Chung Fa for rookie year in the last month.
And according to the speed map, Andrew, it's going to be a good speed, and Glenealy Generals may not be finding the lead on this, with Great Sun and Diamond Pegasus, the 2 on the speed in front of Wood on Fire, into a lovely position. Glenealy Generals, All Joyful, Splendid King may be wide, Diamond Rhyme on the rail, Winning Genghis and Farm Bumper 3 out, and Some Street Somewhere is back at the tail.
First one we're going to have a look at here is Glenealy Generals. He went well at his last start. He's getting down to a winnable rating now, this one. He's got a good draw and he's going nicely. So I think he's one of the major players in the race, and Dennis Yep's got this horse going pretty well at the moment. Apex Top is the one we're going to have a look at. Oh no, sorry, Gallant Crown. Apex Top's in another race, Gallant Crown in this one. They both had a jump out with the barriers at the top of the straight there, and both jumped out pretty well, I thought, so maybe a little bit of improvement there. He did run 11th on debut, and old Winston's Lad, he's going pretty well at the moment. Still a really well rated horse, and he is a last start winner at Happy Valley. See if he can bring that to Sha Tin. Has won at Sha Tin before.
Well, the form works out well with Daily Beauty coming out and winning on Wednesday night. Glenealy Generals we're going to start off with here, and Farm Bumper. I think it's been pretty consistent, Farm Bumper. Joe Moreira will jump on his back from barrier 14, so not easy. But what of these two, Mark?
Yeah, this is this yielding track race day, Andrew, on the 7th of June. So we'll see how this form stands up. He was there for a long way, Glenealy Generals. He's got big weight again, but as Paul said, he's drawn much better in barrier number 5. He should, from barrier 5, get himself into a nice spot. Farm Bumper's just getting better all the time. Since his journey to Happy Valley, Paul, he's definitely gone the right way. Yeah, definitely, and you can see him hit the line nicely there. Glenealy Generals, I don't know if he was totally happy with that track. He did have to carry 133 in that day as well.
All right, OK, we'll move on to Bright Kid, who was beaten favourite here, Paul, last time out. At the start before, though, he'd beaten Yichong Pegasus. He did, and Yichong Pegasus has franked that form as well. Now, both these, the first 2 horses we've just seen, Glenealy Generals and Bright Kid, were both ridden by Zach Purdon last time. Zach Purdon is sticking with Bright Kid. He did get out late and he hit the line very nicely. So Douglas was with Douglas White, it's now with Chris So. He's got the horse going well. That horse in the red and white colours fading back through the field is United We Stand, who's bolted and in a Class 5, and the horse that ran 3rd or 4th last is Stock Legend, who rattled home at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. That's a good form race. All right, so form looks pretty good. Here is Winston's Lad at Happy Valley, rattling home himself to grab victory last time out, Mark. Yeah, he's a 4-time winner, track and distance at Sha Tin. It's a track you think would suit him better than Happy Valley, but at 11 to 1, he was too good for Daily Beauty. Super Alliance is Paul also out of this race, and as Andrew said, they've both won since, so this is a good form race too. Yeah, and he hit the line really nice. He's just getting on a bit in age. It's just whether he can put 2 together at his age now. All right, OK, that's Winston's Lad. Number of debutants in the field, though. We can hear about All Joyful here with Keith Young.
Keith, All Joyful goes the races for the first time on Saturday. You've done a lot of the lead-up work with this horse. What's he like?
He still acts baby in the morning, but then he's getting there, he's getting better. Surprised me every time we take him into the trial. He's acting quite professional. He seems like he knows what he's doing, pretty much unlike what he did in the morning trial work.
Looking at that most recent trial that you rode him in, he was a bit slow out of the gates, but when you asked him for something in the last couple of 100 metres, he looked like he responded quite nicely for you.
He did. I liked him a lot from the day one. I always knew that he's got the potential and ability to do well. And he's just a big baby. He needs more experience. He needs more time to improve.
He's by shocking as well to a Melbourne Cup winner. Will he be a better horse when he gets over longer distances?
Definitely. He doesn't feel like a sprinter, and definitely he wants the distance.
And last week was a big week for you. Congratulations on your Group 3 win on Dances with Dragon. Did that give you the boost in confidence and morale that you perhaps needed after this season?
Oh yeah, surely it did, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity from Casper and the owner, and I'm really, really grateful of it.
Great scenes there with Casper after the race as well. Dances with Dragon winning the final group race of the season. I thought he was probably best of debutants, all joyful, Paul. But what do you think here in the second?
Yeah, look, I haven't got the debutants in, but the one I have put in is a first start for a new stable, Some Street Somewhere. He did arrive on a rating of 80. He won off 68, and he's now down to a rating of 50. Now, his win did come over 1650. They're starting him off here at 1200. The hood visor off, blinkers back on. And he has run fourth a couple of times over the 1200 and did win it overseas before he got here. So he's a really well-rated horse, the new stable. I'm going to take a chance with him. So he's on top. Glenealy General's Bright Kid, all both running well, and Wood on Fire in there for fourth. 11, 1, 2, 10.
Going to go for Some Street Somewhere's former stablemate in Wood on Fire, who's still with Peter Ho. Now, he had some blood in the track here after his last start, and Dylan Moe did report to stewards he didn't believe the horse handled the yielding track. Before that, ran second behind Judy Star. Beautiful draw in two. Neil Cullen takes the ride. To beat 9, Winston's Lad. Last time he won in Class 3 was the last time he won. He went back-to-back. He's now in Class 4. 2, Bright Kid in for third. I didn't think there was too much between Bright Kid and Glenealy Generals, but with Zach electing to stick with Bright Kid, the 2's in front of the 1 for that reason. 10, 9, 2 and 1.
2 and 1 for me. That's my cue as well. We've all got the 1 and 2, 2 and 1 in our numbers there for race number 2. Race number 3 next up for us. Stay on the turf for the third. Class 4 again over the 1200 metres.